Hello, we are Mood Music. This is Cordell Jenkins, Miss Jordan Archie, and Miss Alexis Page Gann. I am Wade Mayhem, and we're the Mood Music team. And Jordan and Alexis are going to tell you a little bit about our application.
Okay, well I actually am. But, okay, so what Mood Music is an app that determines what mood you're in currently and sends back a playlist of music that matches your mood in a way, or whatever mood you're in at that moment in time. And what the purpose of this app, what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to improve your mood, because it's been proven by research that when a person is in a distressed state, or if they're really sad or really angry, music seems to calm them down. It also is it's also about maintaining mood, because when you're in a calm state and you're listening to music, it can keep you calm even through distressing situations. And also for entertainment, let's say you're in a happy mood, you want to keep being happy. So and you want to have a little excitement, you want to dance a little, and your mood shows that. Well, the app will pick that up, and it will send back a playlist of all your personal music that does all of that. And then possibly we want to implement a fitness part to it as well, in which a person can listen to a certain type of music as they work out, and it'll change as they move along.
So here's our problem statement. Basically, like he was talking about, in today's society, music plays an important role in everyday life, and it has the ability to change how you feel and how you interact with the world. And so we want to take that and use people's phones and the way they interact and try to change their mood to help them out. So, Jordan.
Okay, so one of the aspects that we need to discuss is the different elements of music that actually determine the mood of music. So first we have tempo. Of course, a fast tempo is usually associated with happiness. Slow tempo is usually associated with sadness. We have tonality. Major is usually happy. Minor is sad. Loudness, amplified music is usually anger or intensity, while soft music is usually peaceful or happy. Rhythm, when you have a smooth and consistent beat, you usually kind of, nod your head and you feel good. And when you have an irregular beat, it causes uneasiness and you kind of feel, a little, humor, uneasy. Another aspect we will work on is the genre, which is also based upon the user's preference, because sometimes if the user wants to listen to sad music, that may be kind of their happy music, they may be a sad person, So an example of a happy song would be Hey Ya by Outkast, and an example of a sad song would be Dance With My Father by Luther Vandross. In order to get all of these elements from the music, we'll be using an open source DJ mixing software called Mix, and it kind of uses beat matching, matching pitch and tempo, and then you kind of mix the software and you get all this stuff. So.
1, 2, 3.
So this is a happy song, major, fast tempo, consistent beat, kind of nodding your head.
Isn't it 10 seconds?
It is 10 seconds. Yeah, let's go back.
Okay.
Sorry.
For our sad song, kind of minor music, mellow, slow, and he's talking about dancing with his father.
Okay, now how we're going to use the heart rate in order to find the person's mood. Well, we're going to take the beats per minute. We're going to take the beats per minute because in research it shows that when a person has a very high heart rate, they're usually in a distressing situation. It's what they like to call the fight or flight, because when you're scared or in a situation where you think you're in danger, your heart starts beating fast, pumping blood to different parts of your body, helping you breathe better, getting you tense, and leaving you really uncomfortable, so you can either get ready to fight or to run away. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the softwares within Android phones and tablets and iPhones to gather the beats per minute, of the user, and use that to determine the overall mood. Also, what we're going to do is we're going to use this API called Face++ in order to find mood in order to find mood off the person's face.
So the Face++ API gives you points on the person's face, and it'll return like X and Y coordinate points for different parts of their face, so like their eyebrow, their inner eye corner. And so through research, they've determined, like, based on the differences in distance between certain points on your face, it'll determine your mood. So this table is from this research paper, and they were talking about how, like, they use a neutral face and they changed it, so over time, like, there's like actual numbers to show the difference between different moods. So we'll use both of those, use like this data with the Face++ API to try to gather what your mood is based on your face. Another part of determining mood based on music is lyrics. So sometimes songs and lyrics, they don't really add up. So like the beat will be very fast, but the song's kind of sad, and so you're like, it doesn't add up. So when you add lyrics on top of listening to the music and determine like beats per minute and tempo, it increases the efficiency and the accuracy of the algorithm. So we're going to use different natural language processing things to help determine the lyrics. So like textile, stylation, parts of speech, and engrams. And there's like research that shows if you use all these things combined together, it'll really help. And so here's some examples of like engrams and different words that have different effects.
I was tasked with personalizing the application for each user. To do this, I had to take into account the fact that essentially music is art, meaning what I may enjoy when I'm happy may be different from every other user. To account for this, we've decided to go with an artificial intelligence system that personalizes the user experience. The environment in this case is obviously the application. It will take in information through the application. It will sense how long the song was played. Was the song skipped? Did they listen to it for 2 minutes or so? If they listen to the entire song, that'll be the performance element. We're really trying to get them to hear a song that they ideally want to hear. Like, I might be happy, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I want to listen to Outkast. Maybe I like punk rock when I'm happy. So that the critic will take that into consideration along with the known mood from the facial recognition software that is gathered. It'll access that with a knowledge base. The learning element we haven't exactly decided exactly the length of time. Like, if someone listens to it 30 seconds, did they like it, did they not? We haven't exactly finalized on that, but it'll take that into consideration and generate a new problem to eliminate anomalies. Like, I may like punk rock and they might play a song that I do like, but I skipped it this time just because I may have listened to it earlier in a friend's car. So that's what the artificial intelligence system would do. It'll use a decision tree style and basically select a song based on all of the sensors and the critics and the feedback. And the requirements. We need a music player that plays music according to the user's mood. Obviously, that's our entire application. Our facial recognition software to detect the mood of the user. We need software or hardware to gather heart information. And then we need a database that stores the music selections and also stores the knowledge base for the artificial intelligence system.
So some of the constraints, we kind of already been talking about it with our individual research, but one of our constraints is that emotion on faces is different across different cultures. That's kind of just a part of facial recognition technology as a whole and one of the problematic issues. Also, taste in music is not universal, so what I like, another user may not like. Personalization of software, multiple users, multiple AIs, personalization. Determining the mood within different genres of music. If I'm happy, I may want to listen to happy rap. I may want to listen to happy punk rock. It's ambiguous. Also for lyrics, determining coded lyrics. So sometimes a lyric may seem happy, but it's a metaphor for something else. So that's kind of what Alexis is working on. And then another problem would be music with a mix of characteristics that apply to different moods. So for example, I have Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People because it's a happy song and it's moving and it's fast and you kind of feel happy, but he's talking about bringing a gun to school and killing people. So it's kind of, one of those problematic areas.
Yeah, and another, for the coded lyrics, we decided that we want to use Rap Genius's API. So on Rap Genius, well, it's just Genius now, they have users and song artists say what that line is about. And so with this API, it'll give you what the actual line is talking about and the actual lyrics. So we'll combine those together to kind of get over this metaphor thing.
Okay, and the design. The open source music player we'll be using is Miro because it's able to download different types of music files. And then, we also need a regular music player because it'll also work as a regular music player as well. We are going to use the facial recognition APIs to get the focal points of a person's face in order to determine their mood so we can determine a certain type of music that they're going to be listening to. We're going to use SQL to build a database, and then we're going to build the database. We're going to fill up the music, and we're going to fill the database of certain categories of emotions and maybe different genres, because that's one of the constraints that we have. Certain music and genres might be happy for somebody, but not happy for others. So we're going to have a database that'll we'll be able to move through that to be able to return the right music for the person. And then the AI is to be able to update it every time the person uses it, so they can have a more personalized use of the app. And then the emotions that we're going to start out with, just as a basis, is going to be calm, sad, cheerful, excited, and romantic. I believe those 5 are very basic, and it gives us a general overview, so it allows us to test and maybe possibly go deeper into more emotions.
So for hardware, we're using phones, computers, and tablets. We don't really have much extra hardware that we have to use. Some software we'll use is PhoneGap. None of us have actually developed for Android or iOS or Windows, so we decided that it would be best for us to use PhoneGap to make our applications. And so with that, we use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to create our applications. Some of the APIs we were using that we talked about earlier were the Face++ API, the Mix API, and the Rap Genius API. The languages that we selected were PHP and Postgres.
And for testing, what we're going to do is we're going to gather a multiple amount of people with different facial structures, different facial structures and different tones, and we're going to have them make different faces at the app to possibly collect different moods. And then, to test the heart rate, we'll have people test out certain faces with high heart rates, like make them run 60 seconds, get the heart going for a minute. Or we're going to have them make certain faces while they're in a calm state, and we're going to keep testing those until we're able to come down to until it's able to do it accurately every time.
Once the mood's been accurately detected, then we'll also test to make sure the artificial intelligence system is personalizing it at an effective rate for the user.
And for facial recognition as well as natural language processing, you need training sets so we can make sure our algorithms actually work. So Google has a huge database of just different faces and stuff like that, and we'll use different words and lyrics to just create a testing data set to make sure that our algorithms work.
Okay, so for our project management plan next semester, we will be meeting weekly, and at these meetings we will have a task developed for us to accomplish throughout the week. We will be using Scrum and Agile methodologies.
And for future work, we want to possibly do is maybe go a Pandora route. How Pandora has all music, universal music, but they have the copyrights to use those. We maybe possibly if we can expand this, we can use their database of music possibly, or a database like that, and be able to play a certain mood of music from all songs, and not just the user's personal collection of music. How we want to implement this is possibly in the medical field with music therapy. Because as we said before in research, music helps calm down a person, so it helps them keep them calm and maintains certain mental health. So we want to be able to use that within music therapy. and then possibly even branch out to possibly use this software to branch out to other things aside from music. Maybe like having like a person will look at an ad and then it would take back their face mood and see how they reacted to the ad, and it would help a company figure out what ads they should put out there. So just different things like that.